DRJ Kids.
Monster daughter-in-law. A widow named Sushila lived in the village called Bilaspur. She had two sons named Naman and Aman. Naman and Aman were married and Sushila was living a very happy and calm life. Her elder daughter-in-law Asha was from a very educated and rich family. That is why she didn't like to do household work and she always used to direct her younger counterpart Seema to do all the household work.
Listen, Seema, I really have a very bad headache. Can you make me a cup of tea?
Sister, let me first make the food for mother-in-law, then I will make tea for you.
That old woman won't die if the food is being served a bit late. Listen, forget about her food and please make my tea and bring it here.
Okay, sister.
Sushila overheard the words of Asha, the elder daughter-in-law, and she was sad for Seema.
Elder daughter-in-law is good for nothing. She orders people around all the time. But no praise is enough to describe the younger daughter-in-law. The last days of my life will be under her care only.
Sushila was still talking about this to herself when Naman, her elder son, approaches her. Tell me, Mom, what is it that you are talking to yourself about?
Why can't you make your wife understand? All the household work is being done by younger daughter-in-law. Your wife can just place orders around.
Come on, Mom. Asha comes from a very rich family. Giving orders is a habit of hers. Now tell me, what can I do about this?
Well, all right, my son. I will think that I have only one daughter-in-law, and that is Seema. She is the one who takes care of me.
The younger son of Sushila was a simple, sober, and a kind man just like his wife. He also used to obey his mother and was always ready to take care of her in every possible way. He used to explain Seema, his wife, that
Listen, Seema, mind you, there shouldn't be any dearth of caring for my mother, as my mother is the most important person for me.
I take care of her day in and day out, my dear. Sister too is the daughter-in-law of this house, but neither she is concerned about this house, nor about mother.
Why don't you forget about her, Seema? Let her do whatever she wants to do.
days passed by like this. And one day, when Seema was alone at home and she was looking in the mirror praising her own beauty, when unexpectedly Aman enters the room and
Seema, are you a monster?
No, dear. Why will I be a monster? Am I looking like a monster to you?
Shut up. You are nothing but a monster. I already saw your reflection in the mirror and understood. Now there is no use of making excuses and cooking up stories.
Seema starts crying after hearing these words from Aman, and she is thus compelled to tell Aman the truth.
Yes, in reality I am a monster. But I am a good monster. And I am your wife. I do not harm anyone ever. And that's why...
And so I should keep you at home. This is what you want to say, right? That will never happen now. Get out of my house.
Have mercy on me, dear. I won't be able to live without you.
Saying this, Seema starts wailing loudly and
Don't throw me out of the house, dear. Keep me here as the maid of your house. Keep me in your house so that I can take care of your mother at least. Please.
when Seema started crying and begging like this, then Aman's heart softened and he started thinking,
Hey, so what if this poor girl is a monster? After all, she's my wedded wife. And what harm can a wife do to her husband? And on top of that, she's a kind-hearted person. She also takes care of my mother night and day.
Thus, thinking of all of this, Aman has a change of heart and he suppresses the truth there and then.
Okay, now please stop crying. I will let you stay at home and I won't tell you the reality to anyone. But
what, dear?
you will have to stay away from me henceforth and you won't go out anywhere with me.
Okay, dear. Whatever you say.
Seema agrees to Aman's conditions and then never goes near him ever. Throughout the day, she remains in and around her mother-in-law Sushila. She takes care of Sushila from the bottom of her heart. And that is why Sushila always...
Dear Seema, I must have really done some good deeds in my past life, and hence I got a good daughter-in-law like you. May God always keep you happy.
On hearing the mother-in-law's blessings, Seema's eyes moisten up and she thinks to herself,
Mother, in this world no one is more unfortunate than me, whose husband does not even allow her to go near him. I am a monster, but what is my fault in that?
Thinking this to herself, Seema wipes her tears from her eyes and then she composes herself and starts working again. After a few days, her mother-in-law Sushila suddenly falls sick. And for some reason, she has to be taken to the hospital. In the hospital, the doctors immediately ask for money to start treating Sushila for her illness. And this causes Seema to get angry on him. And then...
Are you a doctor or a devil? Can't you see my mother-in-law is dying here? And instead of starting her treatment immediately, you are asking to deposit money first. I will get relief only after I kill you today, understand?
At that very moment, both the sons of Sushila and elder daughter-in-law Asha come to the room. And seeing Seema in her monstrous appearance, they get scared.
Seema, what is this? Was it necessary for you to show your real self over here? Immediately come back to your human form. And Seema, please get out of here.
On Aman's insistence, Seema comes back to her human form and then everyone starts talking against her. And Aman says,
Now you will have to leave my house, you monster. I am not going to tolerate you even for a second. Go, get lost from here right away.
She will not go anywhere. She is much better than all of you, even though she is a monster. She has humanity in her. But all of you, despite being humans, have no humanity in you at all.
Hearing Sushila's words, all of the three hang their heads in shame and regret. And a crying Seema starts running outside the room. But at that very moment, a holy hermit enters there.
Wait, my dear. You are not going to go anywhere. A kind-hearted and a beautiful soul like you can never be an evil monster. I am going to immediately free you from the curse of being a monster.
Saying this, the hermit with his holy powers frees Seema from her monstrous form forever and she becomes a human. And then Seema starts living with her husband and her family happily ever after.